Speaker, the President of the United States.
President's Day holiday is here, and we are in the Woodrow Wilson House at 7th and Telfair Street to remember it. Many of the chief executives of this nation have come to Augusta, and I have a quiz for you today. When this future president was a governor, a close friend in the U.S. Senate died, and almost immediately, a man who wanted to take his place called the governor and said, "I would like to replace him." This governor said, "That's okay with me if it's okay with the undertaker." Was it Woodrow Wilson, William Howard Taft, Herbert Hoover, or Ronald Reagan? The answer, Woodrow Wilson. Who knew he had such a sense of humor? The morning after surgery, following an assassination attempt, this president was greeted in his hospital room by a selection of aides. He told them, "Fellas, I thought I was going to be able to get out of this staff meeting." This was Gerald Ford, Franklin Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan, or John Kennedy? The answer, Ronald Reagan.
Thank you very much.
One day, a visitor to the White House noticed there were bandages on the president's wrist. When he asked what was wrong, the president said, "It's arthritis." His visitor said, "Well, thank goodness, it's not anything serious." This president said, "Are you kidding? It's killing my golf game." The answer is Bill Clinton, Dwight Eisenhower, George Bush, the first one, or Warren G. Harding. The answer was, of course, Dwight Eisenhower. This president got along well with one branch of Congress. The story goes that one night his wife awoke him and said, "Dear, I think there are burglars in the house." He responded, "In the Senate maybe, not the House." The answer is Grover Cleveland, James Polk, Franklin Pierce, or John Adams. The answer is Grover Cleveland. Finally, famed American editor and writer H.L. Mencken really went after this president. Let me read what he said about his public speaking. "It reminds me of a string of wet sponges. It reminds me of tattered washing on the line. It reminds me of stale bean soup, of college yells, of dogs barking idiotically through endless nights. It is so bad there's a sort of grandeur to it. It is flap, it is doodle, it is balder, it is dash." Which president was he talking about? Was it William Howard Taft, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, or Herbert Hoover? The answer, Warren G. Harding, one of history's worst presidents, who was also the only newspaper editor ever elected to the White House. Coincidence?